Object replication in Azure Storage allows you to automatically copy block blobs from one storage account to another. It's commonly used for disaster recovery, data distribution, compliance, and multi-region architectures. In this video, you'll learn what object replication is, prerequisites, and a step-by-step configuration process using the Azure portal. Hello everyone, I hope you are all doing well. I'm Manhar and welcome back to MSFT WebCast. Object replication asynchronously copies block blobs from a source storage account to a destination account. To set it up, you define a replication policy that identifies both the source and destination storage accounts. This policy contains one or more rules that designate the source and destination containers and determine which block blobs within the source container are eligible for replication. By replicating selected objects from one storage account to another, Azure allows you to distribute data effectively, promoting high availability and reducing latency. It plays a vital role for organizations aiming to ensure continuous business operations, improve data protection, and optimize application performance. By creating and managing multiple copies of data across various systems and locations, organizations can prevent data loss, reduce downtime, and maintain reliable access to critical information. When setting up object replication in Azure, there are several key considerations. You must create both a source storage account and a destination storage account if they have not already been created. These accounts can be configured as either general purpose V2 storage accounts or premium blob storage accounts. Object replication requires blob versioning to be enabled on both the source and destination accounts and the blob change feed feature to be enabled on the source account. Keep in mind that enabling these features can result in additional cost. You must be assigned the Azure Resource Manager contributor role scope at the storage account level or higher. Let's look at how to configure object replication for block blobs. Open your preferred web browser, navigate to portal.azure.com and sign in with your Azure account. In the search bar at the top of the portal, type Storage. Under Services, select Storage Accounts. This page displays a list of storage accounts from your Azure environment. For this demo, I have created two storage accounts named MSFT Storage Account 001 and MSFT Storage Account 002. Both storage accounts are in the same region and under the same Azure subscription. However, you can also use storage accounts located in different regions and under different subscription. Access MSFT Storage Account 001. Expand data storage and then select containers. For this demo, I have created a container named test container and uploaded several blob files into it. Take note of the blob files stored within this container. Now let me show you the other storage account we are using in this demo as the destination storage account. This is our destination storage account named MSFT Storage Account 002. Expand data storage and then select containers. For this demo, I also created a container in the destination account with the same name as the source container. Note that at the moment, the container is empty. We are now ready to begin configuring object replication for block blobs. Go back to the Azure portal. Navigate back to the source storage account overview page. Expand data management and then select object replication. Click on Create Replication Rules. When you create object replication rules, blob change feed and blob versioning are automatically enabled for the source and destination storage accounts. I'll create a separate video showing how to enable it manually. First, we need to specify the destination subscription and the destination storage account. In my example, the source and destination subscriptions are the same. Click the drop-down menu to choose the destination storage account. For this example, we will select MSFT Storage Account 002. Check the box to enable replication monitoring. This feature allows you to track data that is pending replication from the source account. Select a source container from the source account and a destination container from the destination account. Objects in the source container are replicated to the destination container based on the replication rule. You can optionally filter which objects are copied by specifying a prefix match or by including only objects created after a specific date and time. Under Filters, click on Add Link. For example, inputting taste would filter any folders or blobs that start with taste. You can specify a virtual directory as part of the prefix. You can add a maximum of up to 5 prefix matches. If multiple prefixes are specified, items that have any of these prefixes will be included. Click on Cancel. Keep in mind that the prefix string doesn't support wildcard characters. Now click on Change Link. By default, the copy scope is set to copy only new objects. To copy all objects in the container or to copy objects starting from a custom date and time, configure the copy scope for the container pair. Select the Everything option and then click the Save button. From the Azure portal, you can create up to 10 container pairs per replication policy. To configure more than container pairs and up to 1000 pairs, use a JSON file to set up object replication. When you are ready, click Create to create the replication rules and begin replicating data. Once object replication is configured, the Azure portal displays the replication policy along with its associated rules. I'm going to pause the video, and once the replication is complete, I'll resume it. Let's wait a few seconds for the replication process to complete between these two storage accounts. Let's check the replication status of a blob in the source account using the Azure portal. Go to the source container. Note that we currently have 3 blob files stored in this container. Select the blob to display its properties. Scroll down to the bottom. If the blob has been replicated successfully, you'll see in the Object Replication section that the status is set to complete. The replication policy ID and the ID of the rule governing object replication for this container are also listed. Now go to the destination container to see the result. We can verify that all blob files have been replicated to this container, which means object replication is working as configured. The replication policy ID for this container is listed in the blob properties. That's how you can configure object replication in Azure Storage. That's all for this video. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on Microsoft Azure and other Microsoft related topics. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.